Hall, and welcome to another episode of Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mao podcast. I'm so excited for you guys to be here. This week's episode is just going to be raw, real me and about my updates in life and about how being high vibrational is so important if you really want to get your desires and outcomes in your life. But before I get into today's topic, let me introduce myself and what this podcast is all about. This is about self-development, spirituality, physical, mental, emotional well-being. I teach you tools. I have guests that specializes in whatever they do to tell their story of what ignited their power and just to teach you about how to be this high vibrational being so you can live the bliss soft life, which is a concept about living in your power. So I teach you to ignite your power so you yourself can practice these tools in your daily life so you can get the outcomes, the desires that you truly want to manifest into your reality. So with that, let's talk about my updates. So recently, it's been a lot going on. I am going through a transition period, I feel. So this year, I already talked a couple weeks ago about how I've been quantum leaping or leveling up in my life. So if you wanted to go check out that episode, I think it's like probably last month or something. But anyways, in that episode, I was telling you how I've been leveling up. And I'm continuing to level up. And if you've ever heard about how everything is frequency and vibration and energy, since we are all and everything is made up of energy, and we are light and a piece of God. So we are all connected in one. And if you know everything is energy, then if you are low vibrational, you're going to match that type of vibration. You're going to, match that type of reality. So if you are high vibrational, you're going to get those high vibrational answers that you're looking for. And that's just what happened to me recently, lately. So it's been so eye-opening and amazing. Uh, Recently, I just started doing something outside of my norm and outside of my comfort zone. I've been trying to sell more of my products and just be better at sales. I think in my other episode, I explained to you how I've always hated sales. I grew up not liking the concept because a lot of the times it was portrayed as sleazy salesman. I saw my dad getting tricked by a lot of sales people. It's just always been a not so good experience for me when I saw people in sales. But I'm trying to change that narrative. I'm just trying to get outside of my comfort zone. I hired a sales coach to really help me be comfortable with just selling myself. And the funny thing is, my friend Michelle, who is a client of mine, she was like, when it comes to you talking about yourself, yeah, you just don't do it. You're not good at it. And you just freeze up. And I was like, yes, for some reason. I can't boast and talk so highly of myself, even though I know I am this true, amazing soul being and that I can do so much things. And I think I downplay myself by a lot. And when I go and explain what I do or who I am, I always downplay it. And she's like, dude, you are so amazing. You need to talk about all the things that you do. And so I'm learning to be better at saying it, like who I am. I'm an empowerment success coach. What do I do? I teach people how to empower themselves so that they can live out their true desires and realities that they really want to live. I teach you the tools so you can take your power back, so you can ignite your power and realize that you're not giving all your power to somebody else but yourself. And it's just funny that I can't even explain that all the time. I kind of freeze up and tense up. And then she's like, no, you do all these other things as well. I'm like, yes, I work a 9 to 5. I have a daughter that's 2.5. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Like, see, I'm still working through this, guys. And I also have my BBA community, Blissful Beauties Ascend, where it's a community that I formed with two other coaches to talk about holistic well-being. And we come together as a community to uplift one another and to teach you tools again to ignite your power to live a bliss soft life. And that is something that I'm so passionate about. And I have my YouTube channel and I have my podcast right here. It's just a lot going on. And last but not least, I do my angel card readings that I love so much. And it's funny that I always downplay. People are like, oh, what do you do? And I'm just like, oh, I'm an empowerment coach, and that's it. And I'm like, no, I need to learn to be more confident. Like what I would do when my friends like talk about themselves, I'd boost them up, or my sister or siblings, like anybody else, I would be like so happy to talk about all their accomplishments, all their amazingness. And I know that a lot of us have trouble doing that for ourselves. And it's because we're groomed into believe that if you talk so highly of yourself, etc., then you're boasting or you're being conceited or something negative. So your mind or your subconscious mind kind of shuts off and you're just like, you're in freeze mode. That's definitely how I feel when I talk about myself. And so I want you guys to start practicing, to start talking better about yourself, to truly love yourself when you say certain things and have that confidence of like, yeah, I am this badass person that I'm talking about that other people believe and see, and what they see and believe, you can feel that too. And most of us, again, don't feel that. Other people can see it and feel that more than yourself. But we need to learn to practice that for ourselves, to feel those high vibration, to feel how amazing and truly special and unique that we are. So I wanted to start by saying that. And so going back to being high vibrational, right? You match the frequency of those answers you get. So let me repeat that again because it's so powerful. So say you're in a low vibrational state, you're only going to get answers to match that frequency. So say you want to make $1 million. How are you going to make $1 million in a low frequency state? You're not going to match that $1 million frequency, which is in a higher state. And plus, are you energetically prepared to match that $1 million energy? Right? You have to be aligned and ready for it. And the universe will not give you something unless you are ready for it. Remember that. They are always protecting you for something bigger and something more than you can ever imagine. They're always there to help you out, to make it the best possible outcome for you. And then you're like, Kathy, how can they give me hardships right now? It's because your soul wanted to learn a certain lesson here on earth. And so that's what you're going to get. Those are the life lessons or your soul lessons that you came here to learn. So those will always be there for you. But when I thought about this, I was like, wow, this is so eye-opening. And so I finally feel like I've leveled up in my frequency, that I'm in a different timeline, in a higher timeline, and I was able to get answers that I needed. So I've been trying to conceive with my husband, and after my miscarriage last September, it's almost 6 or 7 months now since I've gotten a pregnancy test, a positive pregnancy test, but we've been trying for at least 6, 7 months now. And I've been doing all the physical things like eating so healthy, eating high nutrient dense foods. I'm working out, or actually not working out, but I'm trying to lower my cortisol levels and doing yoga instead. I'm doing meditation. I'm listening to frequency music. I'm doing all these physical things, but I don't see a change. And when I finally sat down and was like, higher source, what is it that I need to do? And I got answers. So I started getting certain people coming into my life. So my old spiritual empowerment coach came in, and now she's helping me through this, trying to conceive my second child. Um, and she's trying to teach me and show me these eye-opening things and practices of what I've been saying to myself and what I've been manifesting. And what I got out of it was so crazy. So I had a call last week with her, and she was like, Kathy, you've been manifesting to get pregnant. Yes, you've been getting pregnant, but you're getting a miscarriage. Have you asked the universe for a healthy, strong baby that will grow old and give you grandbabies? Like, you can be as specific as you want, but you're not being that. And so the universe is delivering by whatever you're asking for. And I was like, whoa, mind blown. And so I've been getting the answers that I need. And she reconnected and came back into my life. And I was like, wow, this is one answer that I need. And then she taught me to tap into spiritual baby, and connecting with my spiritual baby. And so she was saying that I needed to do that. And there was three other instances where someone was saying, you need to tap into your spiritual baby. And I was like, whoa, I have not tapped into my spiritual side with all of this. Yes, the physical, but I need to tap into the spiritual. And I've been getting signs and messages from people. And so another person that I just randomly, she just DM'd me and was like, Kathy, wow, I feel like you should join this collective mother group to into your spirit baby. Like, sh this medium person does it. And so she sent me the link for it, and I was like, whoa, she told me to connect to my spirit baby as well. So I kept getting people and messages about connecting to my spirit baby. And so I knew that was a huge sign that that's something I've been missing. And so I've been tapping into my spirit baby, and I feel his presence, I feel his love. And yes, I've had multiple people tell me it's going to be a boy and that he's strong and he's ready. It's just that he's waiting for my husband and I to be more synchronistic on certain things. And I truly believe that he's waiting also for Gemma to be ready. And at first, she was not ready before. She's like, no, I don't want a sibling. I don't want a brother. But lately, one eye-opening thing was crazy is I was trying to teach her about sharing, and she did so well, guys. Like, I am so proud, and that was such a big mama bear proud moment that truly made being a mom rewarding. So it was amazing. And so with that story though, I'm not trying to go tangent or anything, but it showed me that she's ready to be a sister. She's so ready. And another thing too, she finally is potty trained fully. Pee, poop, done. Like, she is pooing in the toilet consistently now, 3 times. So proud, so proud. I'm such a proud mama. And yeah, it was so hard for her to do that. She was so used to the diaper, but again, my mom instincts knew like she's ready for the toilet. She doesn't need the diaper. We were hindering her from it because every time she saw the diaper, she's like, I'm gonna use the diaper. I don't need to use the toilet. But I kept telling her, Mommy's not gonna buy any more diapers. No more diapers. So where are you gonna go poo? Where are you gonna poo? And she did ask for it, and there was no diapers. They said, I don't know what you want to do. What would you like to do? And she would just sit there, and finally she learned how to sit and poo. So I have to give her more credit than we think, right? Most of the time we feel like we're too hard, but finding that balance, following your intuition, guys. Follow that intuition. Only you will know what your kid is ready for. Even if they can't express it, only you know if they're truly ready or not. And before, I knew she wasn't ready, but she kept showing me signs that she was more and more ready, and boom, that's when it happened. So another proud mama moment for me, and so now I know my baby boy is coming any month now. I just don't know when, which is the exciting part, but I know he's around, and I've been getting certain dreams about baby boy, and so that's another sign that I know he's ready to come to Earthside, which is so exciting. So, going back again to the universe giving you answers because you match that frequency. So, they keep giving me signs and synchronicities of, yes, this is what you need to do. So, I needed to connect more to my spiritual baby, be more spiritual, which I have been. And the other part is acupuncture. So, I had a Akashic reading last December, or was it November or December sometime? And she was like, yeah, acupuncture would really help you in conceiving baby number two. So I haven't been to acupuncture. And then finally, I've been to Tao class. So I've been doing Tao class since COVID. And one of the teachers or speakers, Tao members, she reached out and was like, Kathy, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. You haven't been to class. And I was like telling her, oh, yeah, I got a miscarriage in September. So I've been taking a break and just hanging out with family and friends. And yeah, just taking more of my family time because it was really hard on me emotionally. And she's like, wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. And then she goes, dude, my sister is actually an acupuncturist now. Like she got her certifications and everything. And I was like, wait, what? How aligned? And so she's like, let me set something up with you and her so you guys can meet and see how she can help you. And I was like, what? So finally happened over the weekend. And the place, literally, the acupuncture place is 6 minutes from my house, guys. And then it's actually a Tao temple too now, which I can go and listen to Tao class if I wanted to. Like, how synchronistic is that? Like, it was literally right in the palm of my hands, but I was not able to receive this type of answer earlier on in the year until now because I had to match that frequency. So, wow, I got the answers that I needed. So she just gave me free acupuncture, but obviously I donated. But think about it, like I didn't have to go out of my way to go find an acupuncturist and then drive there and do all of those things. I mean, I did drive 6 minutes away, but dude, it's right by my house. I remember when I was infertile with Gemma, before Gemma came, I had to drive like 30 minutes out just to go see an acupuncturist. And now it's like literally in my backyard. Like, how amazing is that? How amazing. And then last but not least, another friend of mine that I just met through networking online, and he has such great vibration. Actually, he is on the podcast the week before. Mike Perry, he did my Reiki session this weekend or this week, and it was amazing. Like I've been meaning to book it, but it's been so crazy, and then finally I booked it, and he helped me tap into my mother womb, and he was like, wow, Kathy, like that's one of the life lessons you wanted to learn in this life. And I was like, whoa, okay. And he's like, yeah, it's not just coincidence that you are the only one in your family to go through this because your soul wanted to learn it and experience it and break the cycles. And I was like, wow, this makes so much sense. This is why I've been struggling to carry a child. I mean, I get pregnant, but then I get the miscarriage. And so I've had a lot of life lessons with motherhood. And so he helped me go through that Reiki session for my my mother womb and to tap into what's actually holding me back. And so we did some powerful exercises through that Reiki session, and I had this subconscious mind come out and tell me that I was not worthy. Like, wow, what a powerful tool. I never even think about it, but it kept saying, you're not worthy. You can't do it. You're not a good enough person to do it. And it's just like the subconscious that I was taught and believed at a young age that subconsciously was stored there. And now, since we did that practice, I'm aware of it. And every time it comes up, that thought process comes up, I have to tell it, like, nope, 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 it doesn't belong there. That doesn't mean anything. And that I know that I'm perfect the way I am. And so that was such a powerful tool, guys. Getting Reiki session done right at the divine timing. So everything happens in divine timing. And I got the answers that I needed in divine timing. But along with the frequency of the vibration that I've been needing and wanting. And all these answers that I finally got was right when I feel like I leveled up because I had to push myself outside of my comfort zone to level up. And if everything is always the same, that means your life is still stagnant and nothing's changing. But if you don't change anything, then your life is not going to change. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, but not like where you're going to really injure yourself or, like really, really hate doing that. Like, just do it step by step, baby steps to change something in your life. And also, something that I changed too was I brought Gemma out for the first time by myself. And over the weekend, usually my husband and I always do things as a family. And I was like, you know what? If we want to get used to having two babies, we're going to have separate lives, like where we can't do everything together. Maybe sometimes in the future, he's going to have to take Gemma on his own to birthday parties, etc. I don't know what it may be. But we got to learn to do our own thing. And so I took her to the zoo and he was able to do his own little car thing that he needed and never gets time to do. And so I thought it was so powerful. I felt it was so much more energetically better. So he was happier, I was happier. Yes, physically I was tired, but emotionally I felt so much lighter because when we are together and as an empath, energetically I can feel his stress, I can feel his energy, and he's usually so overprotective or overbearing or always demanding me to do something, and it's so energetically draining. But when it was just me and Jem, I was able to tackle her and just get things done because I didn't have to listen to somebody else. And the thing is, she knew whatever I said, it was it. And daddy's not there to save her or do whatever she wanted. So it was so smooth. It couldn't have been better. And that was just such a fun day. So it was so fun because it was supposed to be just Jem and I. And then her neighbor actually ended up, or our neighbor actually ended up going with us, meeting us there with her two daughters. And then on top of that, she in line somehow met another neighbor. And so we all just hung out. The three family of us took the time to hang out and have fun. And so it was just so synchronistic and perfect. And right, the perfect outcomes happen when you match that frequency. And I just love being so high vibrational. And I've been telling my sister, my twin sister, like, dude, it is so nice to be high vibrational. You get the answers that you want, that you need, that you're seeking right in your face. So it's been amazing. And I've been getting more sales. I've been getting a little bit better with or having more confidence with speaking to new people, even though I'm an introvert and it seems like I'm an extrovert, but I'm only an extrovert if I know you really well. But if I have to make an effort to meet new people, it takes a lot of energy for me. So it's been a lot, but in a good way. And then we are going on a little mini staycation-ish. And we're going to take Jem to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and I'm going to be by water, and we're meeting up another friend of ours there. So a lot of connection and fun times and love and good answers. It's just so, so amazing. And I want you all to feel this. I want you guys to all feel high vibrational to get the answers that your desires that you truly deserve. And in order to do that, you're gonna have to do things that make you uncomfortable. So join my one-on-one coaching if you want to change your life. Or if it's too much for you, just book a numerology guidance card reading. It's so fun. It's 30-minute session. I coach you, and then I pull these amazing cards that you want to hear. And it's just a great experience for you to get outside of your comfort zone to do the things that you really want to do and get answers for. And what's holding you back is yourself. Nothing else. Nothing else. Remember that. And if you just want extra support per usual, just go follow me on Instagram, DM me there, or just comment below and I'll answer you back. But I hope this little mini update uplifts you because it definitely uplifted me. And I will see you guys in my next episode. And I love you all. Bye.